G'day, Brett here. I thought it's time to give you an update of what I've been up to over the last few years and what some of my plans are. A few things have changed quite a bit from what I originally planned. Back in 2019, December, I'd come to an end of my travels. I was running low on cash, so I stopped in a town, got a job, started working. Then COVID hit, then I got trapped there basically, and things sort of changed from what my plans were. A few years back, I made a video at Byfield National Park about my midlife crisis. I was sort of contemplating life and what I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, what I wanted to achieve in the rest of my life. And a couple of other things were buy my own house and move up in the world, get a high-end job so I can stop doing hard physical labor. And in the end, I ended up doing both those things the last few years. So I bought my own house now, so that was a big change. I kind of was weighing up whether I wanted to spend all the cash I'd saved on more travel or whether I should just invest in a house now. Because I'm 40, and if I only have 30-year mortgage, I'm basically retired by the time I pay my mortgage off. If I wait too many more years, it might be hard to have anyone want to lend me a home loan if I'm getting to not enough years work left ahead of me to pay off a 30-year mortgage. So I've got the house. That changes my travel plans quite a bit. So I won't be able to do the big long-term travels I've used to do, where I just take a year off and head off for several months. It's going to be more back down to like short weekenders, and hopefully this year I'll take a proper holiday for the first time in like probably 4 years. Take about 4 weeks off. But the other thing I also achieved was I moved up in the world. I got a corporate job about 1.5 years ago, so I've been learning all kinds of new skills and dealing with customers and contractors, writing scopes of work, various inspections. So it's been a good sort of challenge, and still learning more and taking on more responsibilities. So it's pushing me sort of to see how much I can take and what I can learn in that. Hopefully I'll get a few good skills that aren't flogging my body out anymore. Plus better pay. So I achieved two of those things pretty quickly after making that video. So this trip I'm starting to get everything packed and all my gears sort of spread around the place. When I first moved into my house, I used my camping gear basically for the first few months to live in the house. I had very few things, but trying to put it all back together now and rebuild my kit, figure out where I've put everything. So I've got my checklist on my laptop here. I'll show you. And then I don't have a great deal of gear, thankfully. As you know, I'm a pretty frugal camper and quite simple. So it's basically everything I own really for camping. It's not a great deal of stuff. Just a matter of checking through everything again, going through my parts and pieces and spare parts, nuts and bolts and so forth, and doing a thorough check over my car again. As far as my car goes, I had a few issues over the last couple of years. Most recently, I had to get another gearbox rebuild, which is a great disappointment. The bearings had prematurely started to fail, especially in fifth gear. Had it done, I think, 9 years ago or so. So it was pretty disappointing, the amount of money I had to spend to get that redone again. So that's back online, and also had the transfer case seals all redid as well, as long as a few other things that needed some TLC basically, because I just couldn't do much maintenance where I was living before. Didn't really have any room to do stuff, but now I've got my own place, so I can actually get there and tinker a bit better. So that's on the cards. Currently I'm planning on heading out, probably outback Queensland region, out this way here. I'll see how this works out, but that's kind of the area I want to fit in the gaps. This map's not 100% accurate of where I've travelled, but I've filled in a few places. I have to spend a bit more time on it just to get a better overview. But that'd be nice, yeah, probably 4 weeks, and as typical, I'll try and bring you along on the journey. And I'll just look at my laptop here, get that set up and show you what I've got going on here with keeping tabs of everything. So I've got my 4x4 vehicle preparation checklist spreadsheet. You can buy this on my website if you want to get an easy way of keeping track of what you got set up in your boxes for travels. My plan is to have everything set up permanently, so I can just throw my several boxes into my car on a weekend and just go. I don't have to try and find other stuff other than just adding food and water. My car will be ready to go at a moment's notice if I want to get out, because I really want to get out and do a lot more camping. It's very, very rare. I think it's been Goody Dulla was the last time I did a proper camp, and I think that's nearly 2 years ago. It's just, time's just flown. I've spent all my time and weekends working on the house or working on gardens, or there's just other things now that have just been taking most of my time. But here in the spreadsheet, you got like a tool kit checklist, spare parts kit, recovery kit, tire repair kit, first aid kit, packing checklist, hiking, pre-trip departure, and then a few GVM gear weights and power requirement calculators. Because it's been so long, it's over 4 years since I last travelled. It's hard to remember what I used to carry with me, but it's all here. Like, this makes it easy to go through and tick everything off. So I'll keep packing, and I'll do a few more videos before I leave, just showing how I'm going, and we'll hopefully have a nice month out in the outback again to explore and see something new that I haven't seen before. So that's where I am currently in my life. It's definitely not what I'd planned and had originally wanted to just travel, and if it hadn't been for COVID, I would have worked for 6 months or something, saved a bunch of cash and kept on traveling around Australia. But it sort of changed everything. That didn't see that coming. But that's life. Just like I say, life is what happens when you're making other plans. And so here I am, and got to see how I go with my current job, and keeping this house going, and trying to fit in some adventure while I can. So thanks for joining me on this update. If you have any questions or comments, put them below and I'll try and answer them. And I'll catch you next time.